What's up, guys? On this episode of Jake's Workshop, we're going to start something. We're probably not going to finish it. This is going to be quite a few steps, quite a few tries. There's a decent amount of work to do here. So this over here is a Kegerator that my friend's dad gave to me. It's been awesome. It's worked great for a while for me, but now that I moved out, live on my own, I have to pay for electricity on my own. So this makes this do this, and that sucks. What we want to do is take all the guts from this old unit, the CO2 tank, the regulator, the fountain, or the tap and everything, feed it off of this, fit it all into this. So this uses a ton of juice, this does not. Pop yourself open a beer with your favorite beer opener of choice. The Magpul Air 15 wrench does a great job, and enjoy yourself. Remember, if you've got a problem and you've got a tool, every problem's a nail, right? So decent view of where everything is. Obviously, this guy is a little more to this side, but what we want to do is we want to move it to this side. We have a decent amount of room here in this line. We don't have a ton here. So if I can take the electronics and move them all over a little bit, I think we'll be in really good shape. It's 4 inches, and if we were to bring this over 4 inches, it would land exactly where the original ground point is. I'm going to flip the bracket, and I'm going to create a new ground, and I'm going to do my best to replicate it. Also, this is not a tape measure. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start cutting and find out just how much room we actually need. This isn't quite the way I wanted to go about it, but I saw an idea and I wanted to see it through. Sometimes you get really lucky with this sort of thing. Sometimes you get totally skunked, but it's almost always worth trying. When I got in here, 100% my initial plan was to remove the total outer shell, take it off. We'd get a great view of what was on top, what we were possibly going to drill through, because we have to take a hole saw and go right through a fairly large portion of it. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to try and get clearance here. We're going to try and just kind of guarantee things will work and fit and clearance on the inside. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys a trick to find out where heat is happening. So I'll tell you about it now. Basically, we're going to take a little bit of vodka or 91 isopropyl alcohol, something like that, super boozy. We're going to go ahead and mix it with something pasty like flour. We're going to smear it on the top and run the unit. Wherever it dries fastest, that's where heat's going to be coming through it. So that's going to tell us right where the lines are, and it's going to show us where we need to avoid. If I just went ahead and ran a hole saw through it, the top is not that big. If it's this big and the hole saw is this big, we have a decent chance of hitting something. So we just want to guarantee that we're going to be good. Cool. Here's how we're going to find out where it is. All right, we're touching here, there, and there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by cutting these back. We're gonna have to fill them all in later eventually anyhow. You guys couldn't see anything. Silly me. So we've got paint transfer here, here, and here. So we know that we need to at least cut a channel right here. And we're gonna have to go ahead and slice these back. I'm going to go ahead and extrapolate and cut at least a ½ inch or so off of these, and then we're going to do a quick paint test again to see where we're touching. All right, next we're going to go ahead and use the Dremel. We've got this bit here on the flat. Focus. We've got this bit here, and this should allow us to make nice cuts. Safety first. On the next episode of Jake's Workshop, dust collection. guys, so I'm taking my second take here at the Kegerator. This is day 2, a couple days later. My first time coming down to the basement after the mess I created before. Not the proudest of myself, if I'm being honest, but I can tell you it is starting to look a little bit more like a Kegerator. I dragged the old Kegerator out to the yard side. Lots of people stopped, looked, kept driving, so if that tells you just how badly I had to do this, I really did need a new updated Kegerator. So I'm down here with some Stone Hop Revolver IPA. Excited to give that a taste because I haven't had that yet, and take a look at what we're doing. So I've surveyed what I'm up to, and the first thing I'm going to do is figure out the grounds. So if you'll remember earlier, I showed disconnecting those grounds. Right now they don't have a place to be. So I've already drilled one hole to see if it's going to reach correctly, and I think it will. So I'm going to reuse the old hardware to connect 2 new grounds. I'm going to drill a second hole. I unfortunately don't have a tap, so we're going to do it the wrong way and just run it in. Torque specs, right? Mm-hmm. I'll show you off a couple goodies that I got for this project. One, we have a nice stainless steel drip tray. Grabbed this off Amazon along with most of these goodies here. So it's a nice grate. We'll put it right underneath the tower, so the tower will fit here. Beer can drip down in. And we have this little fitting, so we can go ahead and fix a bottle or a bucket or something that's easy to clean off the bottom. Additionally, we can make a nice top. Got some epoxy and a bunch of bottle caps that I've been collecting for a while. All right, we're still going, it's nice and cold. We're gonna go ahead and put some Great Stuff foam in the back here to seal up some of the holes we've got going on, some of the bad shaping. And we're gonna press a paper towel up against it, push the keg in. Shake. My wife's been doing Zumba. This is kind of what it's like. You're supposed to shake it.
May the 4th life.
Wait, is your birthday Saturday?
Yes.
Or is it Friday? No, your birthday's Friday. Wait, no, your birthday's Saturday. Wow, okay. Too many birthdays.
And I'll bring it in for the first pour. Now generally it'll take maybe at least 1 or 2 pours for the beer to come out nice. So I kind of always sacrifice a little bit of some foam. Foam, 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 foam. Let's check the keg pressure again. All right, we've already dropped a lot. Let's push her back up. Foam, 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 foam. Remember though, foam is beer. We're pushing decent now. Okay, looks like we've stabilized around 12 psi. That's fine, that's about normal. It's about what I'm aiming for anyhow. And there we go. We'll get a few foamy pours as everything kind of settles out. I'll probably drop the pressure a little bit from here until I have a nice pour, and then I can dial it back up. It does take a little bit of tweaking and tuning, but in the meantime, it is wonderful to have a freshly poured half pint, maybe, in your home. Cheers. Alright guys, so I want to talk about this project, how I think it went, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it. For me, it was an excuse to play with the Dremel, upgrade my Kegerator, get another fresh keg of beer in there. I was annoyed at how much electricity it was using because it was idling around 400 watts, I believe, which was just terrible. Right now I have my kilowatt plugged in, and it is currently 65 watts. It is trying to cool down because I had the door open while I was filming the last segment. And it's that in and of itself is a huge improvement. You think about it, that's 5 light bulbs about, so yeah, that's a big difference. That's a lot of electricity that I'm not using. My beer is still just as cold. It kind of looks better because the old one was enormous. The old one was all the way out to here, out to here. It was designed to fit a half barrel, which is the typical keg, full keg. Since I only choose to run sixtels in it, it's a perfect fit for me. I loved the plastic stuff that I used. I love the polyurethane that I used here. It was really thick. It came out really clear. What I was not prepared for is just how thin it got. When I set it, it was pretty good around this edge. I didn't think it was going to leak out too much. It leaked out a lot. It made a huge mess. It was on the floor. It leaked out. It's down the sides a little bit. I chiseled a bunch of it off, but it wasn't really worth my time. It was taking a long time to get it off, and at the end of the day, it was, for me, a cool way to pretty much display bottle caps that I liked myself. So I didn't see any need to spend a whole bunch of time doing it. I think it was an important learning for me because if I was to do it again, I would do it totally different. I would build this lip first. I did enjoy steam bending. I forgot how hard it is to steam bend wood, so that was a fun project to try again. If I was to do it again, I would build this lip, I would build the tabletop entirely, and I would seal it from the underside with some silicone caulk, something like that. And then I would pour the polyurethane on without it being on top. Because what that would allow me to do is make this perfectly level. Now, as it is, there was 2 packages of silicone, and over here, the polyurethane, and over here it's nice and flat. And over here it's slightly bumpy. You can feel the bottle caps, which at the end of the day is actually kind of a cool touch. I like it. But I like it because it's handmade and handcrafted. We'll call it an artisan mistake, right? But I really enjoyed the project. Getting to play around, drink some beer, play with the Dremel, always a good time. On the inside, I'm really happy with my intent to fit everything inside. The drain was a great idea. I really like that. the fact that the sixtel fits in there perfect. I made sure I had one of the bigger sixtels when I fit it, so when I put this one in, which is a slightly smaller, more streamlined keg, it fit excellent, no problems at all. It's not going to win any awards for being pretty, but most Kegerators that would are also $700. So I'm really happy with it. I'll go ahead and I'll link all the parts that I've used in the past. So because this was another Kegerator at one time, kind of, this faucet is something that I've bought in the past. The line is stuff I've bought in the past. I'll go ahead and I'll include links to that on Amazon for you guys where applicable. Minifridge is just a regular old minifridge. You guys probably have one in your basement or can get one at a tag sale for 15 bucks. It's an awesome project. You'll be into it for 150 bucks for something like this, which is really great. Definitely do the drain. It shouldn't have a big hit on efficiency because cold air goes down. Yeah, I'm very excited to have more beer